Chris Paul is having one of his best seasons so far. He was picked with the 4th pick in the 2005 NBA draft by the New Orleans Pelicans. He played for them for 6 seasons for the Los Angeles Clippers, 2 seasons for the Houston Rockets, a season for OKC, and now is playing for Phoenix Suns, where he's changing the NBA forever, and this is how he's doing it. This season, Chris Paul is having one of his best seasons ever. He's currently putting the Suns in the 2nd seed of the 2020-2021 NBA season, considering they were last year finished 10th overall with a record of 34-39, and they are on pace to smash that record. The current record is 25-12. Chris Paul, and this is how Chris Paul's changing that. Chris Paul is an insane leader. He's currently averaging 15.8 points on 47.9 field goal percentage, 4.7 rebounds and 8.8 assists, along with a steal and a block a game. Although he's not averaging the highest statistics over his whole career, as back in 2007-2008 were his best years, averaging 20 plus points per game. He is an insane leader, which makes him stand out above the rest. He does this by his insane character, although he is the president of the NBA Players Association, so you can tell he has a great deal of love around the NBA. He is not only a charitable man, but he's also an insanely good father, as you can tell by LeBron James making him his son's godfather. Chris Paul is a top 5 point guard in the NBA, and he has been pretty much since he's joined the NBA. His first season, he averaged 16.1 points per game, 5 assists and 7 rebounds, 2 steals and 0.1 blocks a game. Chris Paul is currently teamed up with All-Star Devin Booker and first overall pick DeAndre Ayton from 2 years ago. Those 3 tandem have been insanely good this year by changing the way the Phoenix Suns are run, and this is on the back of Chris Paul's leadership. The Suns are currently 2nd place overall, just behind the Jazz and in front of the Lakers. His leadership has been changing the Phoenix Suns organization, as they were a terrible organization over the past 5 years. They haven't been making the playoffs ever since the Steve Nash era, where they were probably at their best. Now they're back on track with that. Chris Paul is currently on a salary of around $38 million per year, which is very not what he's probably worth. He's worth around probably say $20 million a year. I can see the Phoenix Suns extending his contract potentially to a 2-year deal when his runs out. His leadership has been transforming the organization, as Devin Booker is doing his usual, averaging 20 plus points per game and making the All-Star team. DeAndre Ayton has had a breakout season this year, averaging more points than he has, although he did have a rocky start to the year. All of this adding up has given Chris Paul a wise chance to win MVP this season, as he has not won all his career. I believe Chris Paul should win the the MVP this year, just because of his way that he's transformed the Phoenix Suns from one of the worst teams to one of the best teams, beating out likes of the Lakers and the Clippers, which are super teams. He's currently 35 years old, which will make him one of the oldest MVP candidates of all time. Although he's not averaging the most points per game, such as LeBron and Giannis and Steph Curry are all averaging around 25 plus points per game. When it comes down to the MVP, it's the most valuable player, and that doesn't mean just being able to put 40 points per game on the board per game. He's doing this just through his leadership, which is saying something, as people praise LeBron for this, although I believe Chris Paul is a better leader than him, as every team he's gone to, he's transformed this. As the first season he went to the Houston Rockets, they went from a 2nd round exit to taking the Golden State Warriors super team with Stephen Curry, Klay Thompson, and Kevin Durant to 7 games. although he did get injured in the final 2 games of that season. I believe if he was still on the court, they would have beaten the Golden State Warriors. So I believe Chris Paul should be this year's MVP for many reasons. Pretty much his leadership, the way he's leading the team to their best season over the past couple seasons since the Steve Nash and Murray Stoudemire era, and that is why Chris Paul should be this year's MVP. Make sure to like and subscribe. Peace.